if you clicked on this video to see the Mando season 3 trailer, we're not gonna play it, so you shouldn't have clicked on it. Like we literally told you a bunch of times, we're not gonna play it. I'm Jason Ward from MakingStarWars.net, and this is Rob. He drew himself a clue.
I actually didn't draw this one, but tomorrow I will draw a version of it that will not be good.
Yeah.
That's the secret to my art. Don't draw well. People remember it better.
Yeah.
I learned that, by the way, from a Hanna-Barbera animator. They're like, you know why people remember our cartoons? Because anyone could draw them. We intentionally made them. I mean, other than production issues, like, if anyone can draw this, then every kid will draw it. Like,
yeah.
Like that's why I believe Garbage Pail Kids died out so fast. Because no kid could draw them. We all sat around trying to draw Garbage Pail Kids, and no one could do it.
Yeah, you just ended up drawing like little demon babies, and it was really strange. That's true. Yeah. We're gonna look at some slides from some slides. That's what we're gonna look at today. Totally not a Mando season 3 trailer, though, you guys. Okay, not at all. Just the slides. Just some total slides. I made for
we need the electric slide music when we do slides. I can do the only dance I can do where you step back, because they made me do it, and they made me do the electric slide every day for 2 years in junior high. So at weddings I become a hero because I'm me and the two people with soul can fucking do it. Like
right. I'm just gonna start doing the Morris Day and the Time bird thing he does. You know, he starts doing like the bird.
You know, I once tried to dance at. You know what SeaGraph is?
Yeah.
So I did volunteer work at SeaGraph in 2004 to go to SeaGraph. It's a big deal. I've talked about all that shenanigans, but suffice to say, there was this big dance night, right? And I was in charge of the alcohol tickets. Eventually, I went on the floor, and I can't dance, bro.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the fuck I did, but I have a friend who never lets me forget how poorly I dance at night because he's an asshole. And but I appreciate it because it's my kind of asshole.
Sure.
And I saw, you know, what's that that Kazakhstan song from the 70s? You know that dude where he comes out, does the Rasputin song.
The Rasputin, okay.
And he does that crazy fucking dance, you know, that don't make any kind of sense. I'm like, I should have memorized that Rasputin song. So now my goal is to memorize that stupid dance. So if I ever had to dance on purpose, I can just bust that out.
Did you ever hear about how they have like Rasputin's dick and a thing of vodka and people take a drink from it?
Yeah, I did that.
You did that? You drank the Rasputin dick?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You can't dance.
Tastes like Taco Bell.
You know, it's really hard to talk about Star Wars today because I'm in the center right now of the 7-Eleven killer. Ooh. Have you heard about the 7-Eleven killer?
No.
At midnight, when it became 7-11-22, this guy goes into a 7-Eleven and then he like robs it. Then he proceeds to go to other 7-Elevens, robbing and killing people. And I've triangulated it, and he's coming to my 7-Eleven next. When you look at like his path, he's like going like all down like rivers, like out of like LA to like Riverside. He's gonna loop around. I think he's gonna go through Orange County. It's gonna come down into Long Beach. But here's the thing: if I stop him, if I defeat him, do I get free Big Bites and Slurpees for life? Because of risk versus reward here, Rob, I think it might be worth it. No.
Serious, man? There's a 7-Eleven killer.
There's a 7-Eleven killer right now. This is real.
I don't know where the kayfabe on this show starts and stops.
No, I don't either. But this is real. This is real. There's a 7. This guy, like, he seems mental because it seems like he started right at.
He seems mental. His name's a 7-Eleven killer. I was.
Well, yeah. He just, but he starts just robbing, right? Which is already a bad idea because if you rob a liquor store, in the middle of the night, like at midnight, you're gonna get like, I think he got like $300-400 because you when you work at a liquor store, you do a thing called a drop. If you've never worked like in a thing like that, you basically go, oh, I have $1,000 here. You take the $1,000, you rubber band it, you put it into a little like slot, and it goes down into the ground. You can't touch it now, depending on your place. There's different ways that it happens, but basically you do a drop. So a 7-Eleven at that time, it's like $200 to $500 probably usually. unless somebody comes in and buys like $1,000 worth of lottery tickets at the moment you rob the place. So
As I
point
do.
being, there's this like, the like risk versus reward on that. Like this guy's not getting big bites and Slurpees for life if he pulls it off, or if he doesn't, he's going to get like 20 years in prison for like a couple $100. But it's life because it's murder, because he's gone around and he started just shooting people. So they started shooting people in the parking lot. One guy gave him the stuff, and then he just like shot the other guy in the store. Like it made no sense. Like it's but yeah, it's like a 7-Eleven killer, which is crazy. But
it is.
There was one guy got killed, and he was just sitting in the parking lot. Nobody knows why he was there. It's like this big mystery in the news stories. I'm like, look, man, sometimes you go to get you go to get a big gulp, and you're listening to a really good podcast, and you just stay there for a minute. Give the guy a break, have some respect. But anyways, let's look at
show Dick some respect.
Let's look at some of the images that are not. It's not a Star Wars trailer, guys. We're not showing a Star Wars trailer. So, oh yeah, before I forget, meant it. Right here, this is how you can become a channel member. You just /join at the end, because this is
the worst promo ever made.
Yeah, this is how you do it right here.
Hey, could you use Comic Sans next time?
Yeah, I can do it.
All right.
I wanted it to look like the 18 van. Why don't you love the fact that it looks like the 18 van?
All I see is a Knight Rider car close up.
So basically you're saying it's bad marketing, but we're only talking about badass shit it looks like. Think about it, Rob.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like describing the prequels.
What? And then I couldn't let this go. I just the from the Dolly Mini. It was too funny. It makes me too happy. Look how dumb it is. All right.
If anyone knows, we want to get on Dolly too. If anyone knows how to do that, you can help us out with that. We're just putting it out there.
I also want to eat the meat of Dolly the sheep. Is that thing still alive? That thing's dead by now, right? Dolly the clone.
Yeah. Clones don't make it very long. They age fast. Don't you know that?
Yeah, little weirdos. Anyways, they have inhibitor chips.
Mm-hmm.
There's a trailer that we can't show, obviously, from Celebration that's going around. You can watch it everywhere on social media, but they don't go after the ones that have like 150,000 views. They go after the YouTube channels with 300 views, because they're smart. So but anyways, we got this Mando guy. Looks a little gray in the image, but it's actually a little bit more like green. It looks a little bit like the Boba Fett from the holiday special design, and
right.
Megan Baymax pointed that out. And there's also this picture looks really washed out in this image though, so sorry guys, but it is what it is. But then we had the whole moment. I guess is that Paz Vizsla, or is this a new dude? But he's got a pretty cool gun.
That looks like Jon Favreau's character.
Yeah, that's Paz Vizsla, right? That's his name, I think.
I don't fucking know, man.
Yeah, I think his name is Paz.
Pez.
But yeah. Anyways, though, like this is this kind of shot. I just included it because why the fuck not? But when you're like looking at it, you're like, that's one of the things that you like notice when you watch the trailer, because it's big guy with the gun, the whole thing. Now this right here, some people are saying these are the kid Mando helmets. If you remember, I had that report that there were a ton of kid Mandos, and very well could be the case, because it does look like, that's, I think, the armorer holding the helmet in her hands, and it does look like it is the kid armor. So it's very
awfully
likely
clean.
It's brand new. They just made it. It's the armor, like going like, here it is, right off the assembly line. So yeah. But one other thing I wanted to throw out there is this guy who we see in this like one moment. If you guys remember, Bespin Bulletin had a shot of a Mando dude with very similar hair to this, but the video is so bad because they won't give us the real thing that I can't really tell. Like Bespin Bulletin's picture of the set, like done from a phone, probably, I'm just guessing, is better than the trailer footage, because that's how they want us to see this for the first time. But it does kind of the outfit sort of reminds me of like the outfits that like Corky Kryze and those cats were wearing on Mandalore. So I'm kind of wondering if he's like one of them, if he's a Mandalorian who's not in the cult, and so that's why he's kind of like dressed like that. But he could also be going to a Star Trek convention, because they also have Star Trek, one of the many 500 Star Trek shows in the Star Wars universe, most likely. And then right here you can see the armor. Remember, guys, this isn't a trailer. This isn't a trailer right now. That's the armor, and she's about to hit Squidhead right in the butt. Like she's just gonna slap him right in the booty, and it's not appropriate. And then this is I believe this is Navarro.
It's Phoenix.
After it's
been
a
hill, right?
Looks like Mount Rubidoux in Riverside, actually, to some extent.
It's the Boomers mini golf. They just zoomed in on it, right? It's the key to doing landscapes now. And
look at that dirt. It looks familiar. But yeah, so you could see that like the planet. I don't know why Navarro's getting more opulent and lush. I don't know if it's just supposed to be that they got rid of crime and now plants grow. I don't know. You tell me. You tell me, Jon Favreau. But they got trees going. That's one of the, if you remember the set pictures I had of Mando, there was a lot of trees that they were planting on the Navarro sets, and we're like, is this a different place? Are they just using the same buildings? And now we could see it. It's being restored, But I kind of think that this is like the theme of the season is restoration, and one of the whole thing of the show was always said it was about the restoration of Mandalore, and we're gonna see as we move on fucked up Mandalore, completely just destroyed, like in pretty much every way, and we're gonna see them start to try to bring it back. At least there's gonna be a big war, and then I think at the end they'll have the opportunity. But we see Navarro rehabilitated.
Whoa! Spoilers, buddy.
Right? I mean, look right here. You see it. Navarro is being rehabilitated. And if you guys remember, I had a scoop that IG-11 would be returning as Grogu's Mando mech suit.
No, you didn't say that.
I did. Everybody
got mad. It's not official until Star Wars Newsnet rips you off.
Oh, right. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Oh, they'll be like, oh, yeah, its name is Lola.
And then Harloff and Campy can talk about it, because that's a credible news.
Because it's the deal. It's the deal. But what anyways, what I was gonna say was like with the whole restoration thing. I do think in this we may see IG-11 being restored. So I kind of think that's we're gonna see that going on a bunch of different levels, and in a strange way, depending on this season, does it drop any new big intrigue? Does it make us go, what's next? Or is this, because it sounds like once again, there was that rumor from Star Wars Only that like this was gonna be like the last season. Then there was like conflicting stuff, and Book of Boba ended up being, it was like kind of confusing, like what's going on with it. I do feel like even if this isn't the last season, this is going to be what wraps up the first phase of the show. Like I feel like the story lines.
Phase 1.
Yeah.
Mando phase 2.
You know what I mean? Like all of the first arc or whatever. Because I mean, like if you look at it, we're seeing like Navarro restored. Grief Karga was sort of an asshole when we meet him, then a little bit down and out, and then we see him here. He's like, the mayor or whatever it looks like of this place. He's kind of gone like in a way like Lando Calrissian style. He's like the administrator of the facility kind of thing going on almost. And then we have IG-11. The saddest thing that probably happens in the show maybe is IG-11 dying. Maybe it's up there. And then we're going to see IG-11 brought back. And I theorized it would be through Babu Frick. And it does look like those little frickers do it in this trailer. So
if there's more than one of them, bro, we got to
there
reuse
is.
that as a title.
Oh yeah,
Those little frickers.
those little frickers.
Oh
right
look, there it
there.
is. Do you know what they remind me of? The bookworms.
Dance clears away. Oh, okay.
The bookworms from Labyrinth and shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Don't go down there. Yeah. Yeah. They remind me of something from Fraggle
that's good
Rock.
Star Wars right there, my friend.
Yeah. No, it is.
I got it. Even in blurry, I'm like, that's my Star Wars. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Look at, you can so shit's dirty everywhere. You got Muppets making puppets. I mean, like,
right? Muppets making robots.
Yeah, Muppets making robots and shit. And
oops.
I mean, like, yeah, look at that assembly line. I love that.
Yeah, like I'm not. I was trying to figure out. I can't really figure out what's what, if that's what it is. Oops. Wait. But it's like right here, like there are some parts that kind of look very IG-11 ish, like on the left side here. I can't really point to it and show you because it's a slide. But yeah, there are some, like I said, elements that really could be IG-11. And then and then right here, and I'm not sure. I was like wondering if this is like his in capture. I don't know what you call it. His little suit, the part where he sits in. Is this like the seat area that they're working on? I don't know. I'm not saying it is, but it very well could be. But look at those little frickers.
It's great.
I think Babu and the Frickers should be our band. That's what I'm saying.
I like it.
And then we see that like in this moment, and maybe there's actually, you know what? I don't know if these followed each other or if I just put them like that now. Sorry.
Operating a puppet is the only way I'm gonna get into a band. You know what I mean? Like I can't play any, but I can make a puppet move.
All right.
Fairly good.
You could be the puppet tambourine player. Yeah, right here we got him and his new bassinet thing, which is, okay. I don't know. It's like I think they just wanted something different, and then they were like, we need to get out of this. Let's bring back IG-11. let's just give him a whole new suit. But
when there's fighting, they just can't deal with, we're gonna protect them. You got to give them some agency. I think that's the whole idea.
Yeah.
Because it's that whole like protecting Grogu thing. It's just ends up becoming, what do they call those? What are those types of missions in RPGs or MMOs where you gotta like protect someone and it's the worst fucking shit ever? Like they're walking around, you gotta cover them. And,
yeah.
Wasn't that? Yeah. You had to do that in the Phantom Menace game with Amidala, and I just let her fucking die every time. This fucking stupid game. Yeah, who cares?
That game was ambitious for its time.
I mean, it kill everything in that game, dude.
Kill everything.
Kill the
yeah. Yeah. It was fun. I mean, it doesn't hold up, but it was fun. But Tim wants to know if they have convenience stores in Star Wars. I'm trying to remember if they ever showed one. I mean, you do kind of see those like little stalls, but they tend to go more with the swap meet format than the bodega Star Wars. But I bet you a Star Wars bodega has to happen soon. Got fish markets. So right here, this is one of the things that kind of like reoccurs throughout the whole trailer, is that you just have little Grogu sitting on Din's lap inside the cockpit, and then you see Grogu like get to pull the hyperspace lever if you're British. And then right here we see the astromech droid that Din has, and Baymax has convinced me that it's R5D4, and it does make sense because what's her name has R5D4 in her place, and then it's where he got the ship, probably where he goes to buy his stuff for the most part. So I could kind of see that being R5D4, which is in a way makes sense, because I feel like the whole show almost has this like little tiny mini theme of replaying with your toys, of like taking your vintage toys as an adult and then turning it into a Star Wars series. And so yeah, R5D4 he went on those adventures a lot because you didn't want to use R2 all the time. So it would kind of make sense. I could kind of see it going that way. I mean, everything is sort of alternate classic character stuff, but it's fun. We love it. Check it out. You can see Grogu hitting the pulling the thing to go into hyperspace right there. A little hand. Uh-oh, I lost you, Rob. And then we got the weirdest looking picture ever. Hey, Rob, do I need to put you back in? I can't hear you now either, man.
I know. I had to reset my thing.
So. Oh, okay.
My
sorry. I didn't know if it was like freaking out on you or something.
And I just want to say my whole plan with the toys was to get directors to play with them and then grow up and make new movies out of the toys. So mission accomplished.
Right. Like that moment in Star Wars to Jedi when you see all of the pre-viz work with the speeder bikes.
Yeah.
And the toys.
Yeah.
Boba Fett as a speeder biker scout.
Yeah. Didn't help Kenner much though, did it?
No, it didn't.
All right. Well, I'm out of here. By the way, I named my kid Kenner. Bye.
I named my kid Kenner.
I was hoping you would, when he said he was gonna when he had a new son. I'm like, if you could just name him Kenner, it would be the greatest just little topping,
Yeah.
The mic drop.
And a Kenner.
Kenner Lucas.
So I think I don't know what I'm looking at 100% in this, but I think it might be that dome from Mandalore. If you watch the Clone Wars cartoon, Mandalore is pretty ravaged by war. And was it on the moon of Concordia?
Well, it's also in that one scene in Book of Boba Fett, right? The Terminator scene.
Does it get blown up there? Is that?
Well, I mean, you just see the ravages.
You see it? Okay. Yeah. So this looks like it might be like it blown up, like it's all destroyed. But you could kind of see like a circle,
right?
Where like the property goes. I don't know how you want to put it. The foundations, and then there's like a ship going over it with some clouds and stuff. I think that's what I'm seeing. But if you guys have studied it and understand it better than I do, in the chat, let us know, because beats me. And then Star Destroyer shot. And yeah. And so most likely we will see the old I don't know. It could mean a lot of things. This could be
even Obi-Wan pulled off a pretty good Star Destroyer shot.
Yeah.
I'll give it that.
Yeah, Obi-Wan did, yeah.
Good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a couple even, But we will have we'll have a little tiny scoop. What day is it today?
Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday. Either Thursday or Friday. We got a little tiny scoop coming.
Ooh.
From the Ahsoka show. From the Ahsoka series. And it's all connected, man. I'm kidding. Oh yeah, and then look at that. Look at that A-team thing right there. Look at that. That's how you become a channel member.
I thought you said 18. I was like, what?
No, not A-team.
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 Okay. Whew. Man.
18. Alice Cooper song's pretty cool though. But yeah, and then we got a channel member song for you guys at the end of the show. And it's pretty dumb. You'll have a good time with it though, I think. Is Rey stronger than Ahsoka? I think so.
Oh man, like, are we really doing that?
We are. We're doing it. Planet Fitness ass.
Wolverine stronger than Cyclops? Maybe it's Wolverine 616 or is it Wolverine 8537?
But Planet Fitness is all about pumping iron and stuff, and this kind of questions that they would ask. So
they have Pizza Day. It's the only gym you can go to that has Pizza Day. It's fucking amazing. That is. Let me tell you something. Hold on, Rob Rant. What a fucking brilliant idea, right?
What?
When you're like, what do we do, man? If these people get in shape, they'll stop coming back to our gym. Serve pizza. Always pizza. Get them chasing some of them calories, and do it as a group so everyone feels better about it. Because if you're alone eating pizza, you feel guilty. But in a group, Well, that's just pizza day.
Yeah.
Fucking genius. All right, Rob ran over.
Yeah, or go to Little Caesars and then be like, you know what? This is a deal.
It is. Look, hey man, if you're gonna get drunk, just get Little Caesars.
That's what I say.
Because what's the difference?
If you're just gonna get it for kids, get them Little Caesars.
Yeah. Did you ever eat at a Hungry Howie's?
No.
Yeah, it's like the Circle K of Little Caesars.
Did you see that Howie Mandel posted a prolapsed anus onto TikTok, and he was dead serious. Like, is this COVID related? Did COVID do this?
Yes. Yeah, I'll just scare him and say yes.
It was next level. It was something. King Chris says there seems to be a moment in the trailer when Grogu is exiting down the ramp of a ship in his floaty pod, and it looks like Luke is following him. Maybe even a lightsaber hilt on his hip. I didn't catch that, Chris, but I will watch it again and check it out. And maybe we could look at some alternate versions of it that may hit too. I know there's more. There's got to be. Sam the Sham says maybe the statue of IG-11 contains the remains of IG-11. Love that loud. Yeah, I mean it might. It's not really clear. It did look like the statue was bigger though, right? I want to say like the statue of IG-11 was bigger than the actual IG-11, but but maybe they kept some of it, or maybe Cara Dune was like, "Uh-oh, now this is an official investigation." And then she bagged it, put it in evidence, and then died of COVID.
It ended up in a bunch of shitty made-for-TV movies.
I got a friend of mine in UFC was telling me that like they're trying to do a thing where they're going to have her fight. What's her name? Ronda Rousey or Rousey, whatever it is. Ronda something. Ronda Rousey. They're going to like set up a thing where they fight and then they do movies together. Like that's like I think where she's going next.
Isn't that just the WWE? Like
pretty much.
They just go back to the WWE and you get to do whatever. Just do the pay-per-view. It's like
listen, what I'm trying to tell you guys is it sounds like the Mike Zero rumors aren't going to pan out this time. That's all.
It's so funny, man. We're like, I'm gonna go do movies. Yeah, it's easy to act and make good films. That's the problem. It's just everyone's just half-assing it. These people, they got the formula, Like, you know what it reminds me of? You remember when Quentin Tarantino's biological father teamed up with Al Pacino's shitty biological father, and they were making these series of bad like hitman movies? No, because I go to a Hollywood Video, and on the box it would say Tarantino and Pacino, and you're like, what? And it's these old guys, and that's who it turned out to be.
if you think Quentin Tarantino could make a movie, imagine how crazy his father's movies would be.
He talks about it a bit in the Mark Maron podcast. Like, he did a Mark Maron interview like a couple weeks ago. Mark Maron podcast.
Mark Maron, yeah.
Mark Maron. So moron. That's probably what I call it.
Rousey. I didn't know that one. So,
but he does because it made me laugh because he doesn't like the guy. Tarantino doesn't like his whatever.
He doesn't like his dad. But his dad made great movies.
In some way, he's like, I do feel like, I brought him a little bit, he was a failed actor, never had a chance, and my career at least brought him some level of happiness, and I guess there's something I could take from that. Like, you can see him trying to, like, whoever his wife is now, I don't know her name, she must be having a good effect on him, because it's like he's trying, you know what I mean? Like, he's got a kid, he's trying to find, because the Tarantino I know back in the early 2000s, like the raw version would be like, man, fuck that guy, burn in hell, bitch.
is his kid really, really small right now?
He's super like a year or two.
When you have shithead parents and then you have a kid, there's about an 8-month window of forgiveness, and then you let them back in, and then they do it again, and then you're like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ever do that, but I do think he was trying to find the bright side. It's like, I was like, is he watching the Star Wars Santa show? He's awfully positive. Yeah, Tarantino ain't watching this show. Like,
I would say he doesn't accept defeat. Get it? Defeat.
someone in our comments, I won't say who, was just like, "Oh, you guys are too negative. Star Wars
Planet
Santa changed my
Fitness.
life." And I'm like, "Then go watch that show, man. This ain't the show for you."
Star Wars Santa is great. I love Star Wars
Yeah,
Santa.
yeah, but he's great. But I'm not Tony Robbins. Like,
No, you can do it.
You
No, but
probably
neither is
can't.
Santa. Santa's just like, hey, I try to have fun.
E-Team ILM can't do it. You know, I'm sorry. You know, the A-Team, that stripe, we need the E-Team for when the shitty visual effects come out.
Oh yeah, that was one thing I brought up on Santa's show. I wanted to bring up to you.
Hold on, they're all still working with Kai's Power Tools and Bryce Ray Dream Studio, the ILM team, right?
Bespin was I was talking to Bespin about, like, we were trying to figure out what the volume work, if any, was on Andor. I think Bespin was hearing like they weren't using the volume. But you know, when they filmed when they had the sets at Little Marlow, they that bell was there. The bell
that
from
bell
the trailer
shot looks like volume to me. And it's not just the compositing, because it could have been recomposited, but it's the way the light hits them and everything. Like, that's volume light.
But what I'm saying is they made that though. So we have the potential of two things. One is just like the Beehive Hut that was out at Skellig Michael, and then they made the same one at Pinewood and replicated it, so that way you can do both things and have it from two different kind of things there. But what I'm saying is that they like did make it, so there is a chance that that is actually filmed on location, and then they recomposited the fake sky in the back, and that's why we're seeing it that way. Just throwing it out there that it's a possibility that we need to look into, or try to be mindful of, to try to solve the mystery of the bell shot. But it does. I agree with you. If it was filmed here, for sure, I would be like, that's definitely the volume. And I agree with you that it does look like it, but it may not be. Just saying.
All something
right, yeah, you know, something to like.
I am consistently surprised when everyone thinks they've got visual effects figured out. Yeah. And then, like, on Black Widow, every time they're in a car driving, all that shit's CGI. And it looks like they just were shooting down in Prague. Like, no one was like, that looks fake. All of it's fake. None of it's real. Not even like half the street they extended it. All of it's fake. So no one saw that. You know, they go, the big airship. Yeah, I get that, but the fucking Prague shit, you don't know that. So yeah, depends on who's doing it. It can look really good.
Yeah, I mean, not to get into a Walking Dead discussion, but even like Walking Dead, the earlier stuff, there was all kinds of stuff in there that CGI people have no idea. Right. It's all across the board on basic, you know, action-based television shows. But
I watched the first episode of that, right?
Walking Dead?
Yeah. And when he gets into that tank and he gets in that hatch and crawls under it, I'm like, there ain't no fucking hatch on the bottom of a tank. Like, I would have killed for that. Like, and it turned out on the European counterpart, which it's based off. It's a European version of the A1, whatever. That had that bottom hatch. It's a UK version. Then I'm like, what the hell is a UK tank doing in the middle of fucking Atlanta? Yeah. You know, like the National Guard it's so weird how that got, okay. Like, they needed an escape hatch, and so they found a tank that had it, you know, an M1 that had it. But I'm like, all right, you know.
I guess in that universe you could justify it by saying maybe the zombie outbreak happened there. The UN sent reinforcements to try to help places that were falling. You know what I mean? I guess you
underestimate America's unwillingness to accept help from the UN.
Like, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? But
Jesus, and Alex Jones out there fucking trying to keep them out while the zombies are eating everyone, you know, because it's a global takeover. Blah, 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 blah. I got to work on our Alex Jones cartoon.
It would be a lot easier though to sell that fucking adult Kool-Aid supplements to those zombies. Tyrant says other sites, unknown leakers, are talking about Mando season 3 trailer. We should too. Dell says the Force is strong with both Rey and Ahsoka, but they have different experience levels. Yeah, it's like I watched the end of the Clone Wars last night again. Just felt like watching it, so I put it on. And like, you know what was kind of weird is I felt like Ahsoka in those last moments, they added the stipulation. They're like, Jedi and any known Jedi commanders or something like that. And I always feel like Order 66 should have happened, and she should have got off on the caveat that she wasn't a Jedi anymore. You know, like they still attack her as if she was a Jedi because she was transporting Maul to space jail. But I was watching. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna say I think Rex could have overcome the chip right then and said, nope. You know what? I'm gonna play semantics here. Kids would have been like, what the fuck? Leia Rose, how's it going, Leia Rose? Well, I hope they are, even though Rey, I think, is a bit hot-headed. Ahsoka seems more in control.
Are we really doing this? Or
we're
really
doing it, dude. It's fucking, it's Wizard. It's Wizard Magazine 1998 right now. Planet Fitness is throwing in. Ahsoka has 2 lightsabers, bro.
Dumb conversation to have. Which character is more powerful? It's so fucking dumb, dude. It's like whoever writes the story chooses who wins the outcome. Like I get it's fun, but
you sound fucking stupid right now.
It's like, it sounds like X-Men 3 where they all had like power ratings. Remember when they did that shit for one movie? And then they, go rewatch X-Men 3, The Last Stand, or whatever the fucking movie was called. They were like, I'm a power rating of a series. And you're like, what is this shit? You know, like,
I'm checking it here, and Rey has about 350 more midi-chlorians. So I think you got your answer, Planet Fitness.
She's been midi-chlorian juicing.
Frickers here, frickers there, frickers everywhere.
To be fair, with the whole trailer, we actually watched the trailer live on this show, man. Probably got that shit deleted.
Oh yeah, I had to like cut it, and then it takes like YouTube like 48 hours to process the video after that, so it was just like kind of gone.
So it's like, why do we have to keep looking at stills from something we already watched? Like,
well, because we didn't really.
I know.
It was just the other one was just shitty in a whole different way, though. This one leaked, and it's better than the source of the one that we had before.
Okay.
And the other one we had before was missing stuff. And they also showed the trailer twice, and I think that there was some slight changes in the second showing. I think I wasn't there though. What?
Hold on. I got a take on this. I gotta flip over. Give me a second. It's always been my dream, Jason, to have special edition trailers air directly after the initial trailer. So, kudos to me.
Yeah,
like
literally, Jedi Rocks music.
Like literally, we have different cuts of the trailer that play right after you saw that shit. Like
there was like the Mando Plus panel, and then there was like the Star Wars Future panel. I don't remember what they were called, but so basically, like it was just slightly changed, to, I guess, if you got the
as the visual effects roll in, they keep updating the trailer.
I don't know. It's weird.
They just rolled in 10 minutes ago. Hold on. New trailer up.
Yeah. Seth says that we also see an Eclipse class Star Destroyer at some point in the trailer. Yeah.
Is that the one with the weird top?
Yeah, that was the one. And my question is, like, are those bad guys that are out there in the ether, or is that like a decommissioned thing? You know how like we saw like the TIE fighters getting, when we saw what's his name, like tearing apart TIE fighters is like his prison work.
Oh yeah, I remember.
What's his name? Bill Burr.
Season 1,
or Bill Burr as
Bill Burr.
Yeah. And like, so I'm curious, like on that one that looks like it's docked, is that like a decommission thing, or does it mean we're gonna see, like, I think everyone's gonna go, oh, it's Thrawn is coming, everybody, it's Thrawn. What is Thrawn's power level? Thrawn's power level is 72 because he's 72 years old. You know what's crazy?
Can Thrawn defeat Sherlock Holmes in a game of Star Trek chess?
I don't think so. That's a good question though, Rob.
But covered all the bases that time.
If Maul never got cut in half, we would have been the greatest Sith of all time. You know what? I'm going to disagree with you there, Mr. Fitness, because the hubris gets in the way, in the wrong way. He's not. He underestimates people a lot. And but I know where you're coming from though, and I do like what they were doing.
Actually, you're half correct, Jason. It's Darth Hubris was actually the most powerful Sith of all time.
Darth Hubris.
He was going to be in the original scripts for the sequel trilogy, but Disney said no.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
White slavers.
You quit. You quit, George. You quit.
Yeah. I just named another kid Hasbro. Peace. on a roll today.
He's all making his own clone armies. Guys coming in and
clone
everything.
Toy armies, dude. Like and he only gives them 80s era figures. None of the new shit.
Here's my daughter Galoob.
Careful, Jason. He's watching.
Yeah.
Gonna give him ideas.
No, anyways, I always like the idea that what they were doing with Maul and like what they did with this character in rethinking him is they were like, this guy was supposed to be Count Dooku. Like he was supposed to grow into the role of becoming essentially like Grievous and Dooku. And he was supposed to be the one who like, led the charge of the Clone Wars. And then obviously he gets cut in half and it doesn't get to happen. But I will say in that last season of the Clone Wars, when he starts getting like all philosophical, the writing in the last season sometimes is a bit cringy. The dialogue, he'd be like, Ahsoka Tano, not a name I'm familiar with. It's like, no, he's fucking Darth Maul. Okay, come on, man. Like, what is this? But I think it's what happens when you try to bridge your character in Rebels, where he's a lot older, and he's like, he's playing like a geriatric fool for some of it, and then trying to like bridge those things. I was like, I think that was a mistake personally. But hey, Mr. Baymax, how's it going, dude? But yeah. Hey Baymax, did you just come back from Planet Fitness? Baymax does go to I think he does go to the Planet Fitness. Baymax is a very, very fit person these days.
It's pizza day, of course. Baymax is going.
Baymax is like, yeah, it's pizza day. Yeah, here we go.
It's the greatest fucking God, so fucking smart. Why didn't I think of it? Like it's right up my alley, Jason. It's the kind of shit I conjure up. Like, you know what they should do? Like, I had a friend who was just like a line cook at Carl's Jr. in the early 2000s. And I would bug her all the time. I'm like, you know what you need to do? Can you submit suggestions? And I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, I want crisp cut fries, but instead of potatoes, I want them to be little funnel cakes. So you get crisp cut funnel cakes with dipping, like a strawberry dipping sauce or a blueberry dipping sauce, right? Little sprinkle of powdered sugar on there. And she was like, I don't want to. And I would fucking bug her almost every day for a year and a half until she, as a French, I can't talk to you anymore. And then 10 years later, they did it. And I'm like, funnel, that's what I was talking about.
Man,
like, yeah.
I'm glad I didn't know that, because I would just say you're a visionary, and I liked where you were going with it. And then you said that they did it, and it clearly didn't work.
They eventually did it.
Did you ever have the funnel cakes at Knott's Berry Farm?
It's
so fucking
good. It's my cousin took me to Knott's Berry Farm for the first time in 1991. I'd never gone before that. It was when Boomerang first hit. Yeah. Well, it was. Look, I had such a limited childhood. When we went up there, if it was like Disneyland or anything else, I'm going to Disneyland. I'm not even. This isn't even an argument. But I was up there for the whole summer that year, and she's like, "Oh, I want to go to Knott's Berry Farm. We had this pass. It was like $20 for the whole summer. It's crazy." So I'm like, "All right, we'll go." She was within bus travel. I get that funnel cake, bro. Changed my fucking life.
Yeah, it's good.
Like, I remember where I was looking first time I had it, like your firstborn was firstborn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm a big fan of like French toast with powdered sugar.
Yeah.
Like that whole thing. And they don't fuck around there.
I prefer, like with my pancakes, sauce on the side. I don't like it soggy. I like it crunchy, and then I can dip in the sauce. So hence the mini funnel cakes. That's Jason. Like, you just Fat Rob is in there going, man, they should have fucking
Yeah, so let's I'll send you some. I'm gonna go right now. I'm gonna overnight it to you, and you have to eat it because you did this to us.
You're okay. Chicken on your way out.
Oh yeah. You know, I like the chicken place, but I think chicken's a little overrated. So I'm gonna say the funnel cakes, pretty good. Actually, I have pictures of little fat Jason in the chicken place. I'll find it. Sam the Sham says, does the Mando show feel small scale, especially if the astromech is the one from Tatooine? That's always the thing, is do you use the characters and the IP that people know? I mean, do you make a bunch of characters and then like never have them interact? Like Marvel, no one says anything about it because it's all kind of on Earth when you get down to it. like a lot of the core characters is mostly Earth based. So everybody's like, oh yeah, of course they know each other. But when you get down to it, Star Wars and Marvel are both two made up universes, and our attention spans are this big. And so
it's called a story.
Yeah.
Right?
So
it's not called real life. So like, then you got to introduce new characters, and then you got to make people care. They're going to be like, well, it's new, and I don't really care. They didn't give me any backstory on that fucking droid. And then the whole series sucks. And then,
yeah,
you get called a pretentious little bitch by half your chat.
Which sounds correct. But I feel like there are times when I go like they go like the IG-11, right? Why the fuck didn't they just make IG-11 IG-88? At the end of the day, like IG-88 has got nothing going on. Like right now, the biggest thing he's had in canon is the VR game that nobody could play. You know what I mean?
Toy points, Jason. I'm telling you, it's all producer toy points. Favreau gets some. He's got to be getting toy points.
Toy points. Yeah. But yeah, it's like that's like one where I'm just like, should have just made that one IG-88, but they made it IG-11. But then it's like when you go that way, then you have the question of, oh, is Star Wars creatively bankrupt? Why didn't you just make a whole new robot? You know what I mean?
That's why Star Wars is creatively bankrupt. The naming of a fucking robot, like,
well,
has nothing to do with whether they keep giving us the same scenes over and over again. It's an Obi-Wan series where Princess Leia is trapped in a fucking fortress and make a whole thing out of getting her out of it for like 3 episodes. Never seen that before. Like, oh, and they track them as they escape. Can't wait.
What I found weird about Star Wars on that level the other night. I had Rogue One on, and you have Galen Erso going, my wife died and now my brain doesn't work so good.
Divorce like Jason's the best Jason. I've been saying this for years.
No. But then
also, if I complain about Obi-Wan, you're contractually obligated to complain about Rogue One. So
no. These things are fucking right now, Rob. Galen Erso's like, my wife died, now I'm stupid. And then Kenobi's like, my wife died, and now Lana is stupid. I'm stupid.
I'm sorry,
now.
they're what? What are they doing?
Yeah. It's just weird because it's like most of the times, like when your wife dies, you fucking get a girlfriend and start your life.
And you can get one anywhere. Jason, you can get one anywhere at In-N-Out, at the Amoeba shop. I love going to Amoeba shop, getting a girlfriend. That's my favorite thing to do.
Yeah, it's true. You do love that. You do love it. You've always said that.
You
have a little tattoo on your butt. It says Amoeba Records.
Yeah, well, it's right next to my Boomers tram stand. I love Boomers. Okay, peace out.
Weirdo.
It's a little weird. It takes weird to come up with Grogu. I'm just telling you.
Sure. No, I mean it's like Grogu is.
Some people love their wives, Jason, like a lot.
Yeah.
Like I think of, you haven't watched Better Call Saul, but there's this German architect that's a big Hans Ziegler. He's a big part of the 3rd season. He's a guy, I won't, spoilers for Breaking Bad, but he's a guy who constructs and devises the construction of the meth lab that's underground. Right? Okay. So, and he loves his wife to the point where I'm like, I love you, but not worth what he's doing. What is this shit? You have to be very careful when you say that stuff to your wife, because I'm told it could come across as, you don't love me enough to die for me. At which I go, you're right. Maybe the dogs. But, they're loyal.
Yeah. I mean, I just think it's better to lie sometimes, Rob.
Yeah. But I already got in trouble for this, so I can be honest.
Okay. Yeah. So. No, cat's out of the bag. I mean, evolution or emotional evolution says being a dark side user is one of the first steps to becoming a Sith or other faction.
What's others?
I don't know. I mean, maybe like a witch,
like NFT supervisor. By the way, I finally watched the post-COVID South Parks 1 and 2.
Oh, so nice.
Good. You were right. Yeah. So great. And I recommend the Beavis and Butthead movie, even though I shit on the trailer. Yeah. I thought that it's a shitty trailer. That trailer I still haven't
watched the very end of it, but I watched like the majority of the movie, and I had a good time. It's stupid.
Yeah, it ends
but
well.
Have a good time.
Yeah, it's Yeah, well, it should be stupid.
It should be. No, as it should be. Yeah, 100%.
It's the right kind of stupid. It's so stupid. It's not easy to do, actually. Like,
yeah. No, I mean and I also like that it manages to bring them out of the old era into the new era with like a story reason, which is funny. I thought it was the dome from Mandalore, says Sam. And then Baymax says that's definitely Sundari, Mandalore capital city in ruins. Yeah,
definitely not Planet Fitness, right, Baymax?
Ooh, that could be though. Like the stream, please. Like the stream, please like it, please. I'm begging you, girl. Rick Jones says Ahsoka has more training and experience than Rey. Yeah, but the thing about it is, in Star Wars, destiny is what matters.
Yeah, by that logic, Luke Skywalker shouldn't have defeated Vader.
Yeah,
and he clearly did. He beat Vader in a fight.
Yoda should have killed Palpatine because he's 800 years old. He's like eight lifetimes older than Palpatine.
Easily.
So
welcome to my 2005, Jason.
But we just need George to release the midi-chlorian counts, and we'll know. Hey Ben, how are you, dude?
He's too busy adopting all the babies that are being put up now. There's Roe v. Wade's gone, and he's just naming them exclusively after toy companies.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Wait till he gets to the TG and Y string of toy companies. But the trans or Z folks.
Rob has caught us red-handed.
Yeah.
Oh no, Seth.
Oh,
I hope you're not. I hope you're feeling all right, and it's not too bad. Hopefully it hopefully it's not too awful. For what it's worth,
Thor this weekend because positivity rates are over. Transmission rates over 13% in this area. So
there was an article I think in the Guardian, I want to say, and they're like saying the math is showing that this is likely to be the second biggest wave for the United States that we're moving into it that we've ever had. Yeah.
That's fucking wonderful.
Hello, Max.
Hello.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah, you sound good.
Yeah. Awesome.
Question I have for you, Max, is how many midi-chlorians does like Ahsoka have, you think? Like 16, 17, 18, 19, 20?
Maybe like 32.
Like 32? So who has more midi-chlorians, Rey or Ahsoka?
Rey has 34.
Who has more junk in the trunk, Rey or Ahsoka?
Rey.
Who would cheat on her boyfriend first, Rey or Ahsoka?
We need the survey says every time Max answers. Hold on.
Ahsoka?
Survey says. Oh, now you got to kiss Richard Dawson.
All right. So yeah. Anyways, Seth, I hope I hope it's not too bad. Keep us updated with how you're doing if you want. We would mind
sorry,
knowing.
Seth.
Yeah, that's terrible.
You're always welcome to come here and complain about it. We support you.
Yeah, you could be like, I got boogers. Kenneth Elliott says, I love the fake clickbait tropes you use on these video titles. I know they don't go over well on YouTube either at all. The people are just
I saw the little prompt that the notification. I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't click on it.
Oh no, don't click it.
maybe if you like tied in a pro Gina Carano or Ben Shapiro bit, it would let them slide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Fucking dudes.
Yeah, Gina Carano. Sam says I use the volume on my TV. Fuck you, Sam.
That's hilarious. By the way, this is funny. So we started watching the Kenobi fan edit last night for my wife. I'll let her watch that one. And she had to take, I don't know, she had this weird thing where she drank something and she couldn't stop coughing for like 20 fucking minutes. So I'm like, we'll come back to this. You're ruining it's hard to get it. It's all dramatic. And she's like,
Rob, did you look at her and did you just go, shut the fuck up?
I gotta tell you, man, I was like, want to stay married. Gotta be supportive. Why don't we just put a pause on?
I have an angle for you next time. Maybe a little bit of erotic General Grievous role play.
Yeah, it's not happening around here. So It's funny though. But my point was that I forgot I have a TV setting for Star Wars Mando, because even on Mando, I was like, you were like, Rob, is there some of the sliding? What I forget, Jason, is I think a lot of Mando's too bright. So I have settings that I turn the darkness, the contrast all the way up, the darkness, all the color saturation up, and the brightness all the way down. And I just add about 5 to 10% brightness, just to the point where the shadows are still black, but things fall into black like they do on Empire or something.
Okay.
And that creates enough contrast for me to go, oh, that's great. Shit that looks cheap in the background falls into shadow, and I can just get like the lights. Like it works really well. And so I can't get a noise filter. I'm waiting for that fucking
what
option.
else works really good too? Weed, man.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. So, I got enough fucking habits, Jason. I need that too. So, but that was what I was saying. I was like, hey, Kenobi looks pretty good. Oh, it's my filter. Like, it's my settings. Like, I just, and those settings would piss George Lucas off, but I like the harsher blacks and the contrast and stuff. So, so far, I'm about 10, 20 minutes in, minus some coughs. I got to say, so far, it's working pretty good. There's clearly edits.
Yeah.
It would be like that edit that you do in-house, and then you go get some pickups for establishing shots. Like, you probably want to show the Inquisitor ship come from space, not just the bat symbol. Like, it's such a weird opening, that fucking thing. But
the opening was the thing I haven't watched the whole thing, but it's the thing I'm the most critical of that Obi-Wan fan edit, is that like it's so over directed compared to the rest of it that it just doesn't fit. It was good work. And obviously, I think the person doing it is probably trying to draw attention to their work and doing it as a portfolio piece, and to some extent, I'm just guessing.
My wife can't tell them.
No. Yeah. No, but what I'm saying is, so it's like I get why the creator would have done it.
Yeah, she can't tell that Leia's apologizing for something else. She looks like she's apologizing for running away. But those shots, like where she runs back to the woods and she's like this big, and it's this big open shot of just some trees. She's like, who shot that? I'm like, I don't want to get into it. Like, when Star Wars Larry gets to it, it'll be funny. But until then,
yeah.
Is it good? I didn't see it.
Yeah, if I had to rewatch Kenobi, it's the one I'd watch. So it's not perfect, but I'm not sitting through an extra hour of shit I don't need to sit through. So, and I like the music. It needs Kurosawa wipes. I could say that. I don't understand why there's no Kurosawa wipes if you're gonna fit it into the tonality of the actual Lucasfilms. Then, but I suppose that's some After Effects work this guy didn't want to do. So that's what I'm guessing. Which I'm like, Lucasfilm didn't want to do it, so I get it. Makes sense.
Yeah, I want to say when Lucasfilm was doing it, they were I could be wrong about this, but I think they tried to do it digitally at one point. It didn't look good, and then they ended up using was it like Lowry Digital or something like that to redo the opticals or whatever. And then, but I would imagine though today or like around the Force Awakens, they probably were able to do it digitally.
Certainly, we have
fine
this technology
now at this point. I'm sure. Yeah. So, yeah. Planet Fitness says, at our gym, we use the volume to help adjust the sound. Yeah, see, everybody's in on that joke. I think it would be cool if there was a really bad Disney motivational day on the set, and they brought in Christian Slater playing "Pump Up the Volume" because they were
just
ready to make
Bob
it better.
With the just bring him in, like fucking this mother.
Bob Paycheck would be like, if we take out every other LED, we could do this shit for half the price.
I'm working on a voice. I haven't figured it out yet, but I'm working on it. I'm finding the voice for Bob Paycheck so we can bring him on, because we need this Disney CEO, and I feel I'm not bringing on. I like Kathleen. See, how do I say this? I think the Kathleen Kennedy voice should be Eartha Kitt in Emperor's New Groove, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not great at it, but I got to work on that.
I believe in Max. I think Max could be our Eartha Kitt, Kathleen Kennedy.
I know how to do Eartha Kitt is from Boomerang.
Boomerang.
What the fuck, movie. Max? From Boomerang.
I went to the theaters to see Boomerang.
Max, darling. I don't have any panties on.
I stopped at Vampire in Brooklyn now. Like I was out of the Eddie Murphy game at that point.
Oh man, yeah, Boomerang was all right. Real Ben Maynard says Rey's more powerful in the Force than Ahsoka, I'd say, but Ahsoka is much better saber fighter. Right? Yeah.
Look, let's be honest. Ahsoka would have killed Kylo in 3 seconds. She wouldn't have fallen in love with him.
She would have fallen in love with him.
I don't know, man. For some reason, chicks like Adam Driver. I don't get it. It looks like a big dumbass.
Ahsoka would have fallen in love with Rey.
She would have fucked him. She would have fucked Kylo and then fallen in love with Rey.
What's funny is that like Adam Driver is a dude like I literally played Nintendo with who can't get fucked, but for some reason Adam Driver could get fucked. It's really weird. I'm happy for him. Don't get me wrong, but it's just weird like how chicks like Adam Driver. That is the fucking dorkiest looking dude I've ever seen in my whole entire life.
Oh my god, no, he's hot.
I know.
When I was watching, there's a bit they do in the Kenobi fan edit where when he sees Luke pod racing, then he goes back to his cave, sleeps, and then he has the flashbacks, the montage flashbacks of episode 1, 2, and 3, right?
And does like Luke touch him in this one instead of trying to kill him?
Which makes sense. But then I was laughing at myself. I'm like, is that what Ahsoka did when she went to Luke's temple and Luke's trying to hit on her and she just has flashbacks to like Anakin?
Luke is like, everybody kept saying my nephew was hot and I didn't get it. I just wanted to get it. All right. I just wanted to understand where they were coming from. In a moment of weakness, I fingered Kylo Ren.
Oh no. Oh no.
Hey.
There's a whole website dedicated to hot teachers, like females who hit on their. I was like, why? Why?
Wait,
why?
I think I shared the story somewhere. I don't remember where. I think it might have been on this show. I don't know. But in middle school, I had a homeroom teacher, and this homeroom teacher was like Three's Company hot. Like it's like 1990 or whatever. I'm in middle school, and like everyone in the school is just like, oh my god, that teacher is so hot.
Was she like Chrissy Snow or was she like Janet?
She was like more like not like Janet. She was like the
Terry
nurse.
or
more of a Terry. More of a Terry. Yeah. More of a Terry.
Mall rats, good.
But there was a rumor that she was in a certain magazine. Then it ended up being true. And then one day I went to school. I go to Miss Hoops class, and Miss Hoops is gone. They didn't let her. Yeah, which is pretty fucked up because she was actually pretty cool and pretty hot. I liked going to homeroom.
I'm sure you did.
But yeah. King Chris says, hey, can we ask Gorgio or Felonious D what they think about the Rey Ahsoka situation? I don't know.
I got maybe. I mean, it's possible.
It's possible.
Weigh in on this all. Somebody say Kylo.
Man, you can't follow the prompt, can you? Can you, Dave Filoni? Filoni
like
Jr.
a Dairy Queen. What? It's food related.
Will Luke and Rex meet? I don't know.
Rex. Which one's Rex? So one of
Rex,
the clones?
Rex is like Ahsoka's clone daddy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's the blue one. He's like the main one in the Clone Wars cartoon, which is kind of weird why people always go to Cody lately for everything. I guess because in Revenge of the Sith. Well, when you get down to it, there are a lot of clones, and fans would go, "Oh, they all matter." But when you get down to it, Rex and Cody are like the two main ones. Earlier on, there was sort of this organizational idea that Rex mirrored Kenobi and that Cody mirrored Anakin. I liked it a lot, but they ended up kind of having to drop it as they kept making the content and stories with them. They kind of moved away from it. Jedi Chris says Rex also didn't mind killing the clones. Ahsoka tells him to switch to stun. It's true. Those guys were probably assholes, though. He probably like knew those guys for years and was like, you know what? I've been waiting for this. But I think it's supposed to be like there's weird writing in that episode. I just can't get past. Like there's this like moment like where the where they shock they shock Rex, and you're almost supposed to think it's to like make his inhibitor chip like malfunction. Then that's not the case. Then they put him on these R2 droids, and then like the 3 R2 droids like carry his body, which is just super awkward. I don't know. It's just really weird. Ahsoka could have just done it. I don't know. They just did that. And then like they drop him, and then they're like, oh, that was too rough. And then they have to have Ahsoka go, I don't want him hurt. And it's just like, what the fuck? Like Order 66 happens, and you're worried about this clone like falling like 6 inches on the ground. Just I don't know. Shit about that episode. It gets on my nerves. I like the episode, but there's little details that I need to do my own edit. No, I'm kidding. Sam, the Shams, will they actually have Rex on Andor other than subtle hints? I don't know if I believe any of that, of the clone stuff, for the record. I'm not saying it's not happening, but I don't feel like there's a smoking gun on there being any clones in Andor. And I could see those stories certainly existing. I totally can.
Not even in those clone ships?
Okay, where we're talking about like the clone flashbacks during the Clone Wars stuff with young Andor, yes. I'm talking about like clone heroes during the dark times is more of what I'm talking about.
Which is what Kenobi should have been called.
Which is what
the dark times
should have been called. But yeah, I wonder. I still wonder like how they. I had heard that it was called Kenobi, a Star Wars story, when they were making the movie version. But I was wondering if they wanted to do a trilogy. How would they have gone about that? You know,
Kenobi 2, a Star Wars story.
Kenobi 2,
Obi
back
2
in action.
Kenobi, Obi 3 Kenobi. That's Jason. Come on, it writes itself.
His name is not Obi-Wan. His name is Obi-Wan. He's Mexican.
No. I subscribe to that prequel rumor.
Yeah, that was
never let it go.
Clone. He's a clone, and he's the first one. And it was like, what? If he's Obi-Wan, that would make him the first one. That wouldn't make him a clone, you idiots.
When it lines right up with Zahn's plan for Heir to the Empire.
No, it's true.
Kenobi clones for everybody.
Blake says that he hopes Bill Burr's character comes back. For as much as Burr has made fun of Star Wars at the years, he kills his role. Yeah, I think it's fine. I think Star Wars is mockable, and I think it's fine to make fun of it. And I also think he was just doing a bit initially, but I think Bill Burr has the best acted moment in Star Wars right now.
I was talking to a childhood friend the other day over the weekend. I haven't spoken to him in like a couple years, just catching up. And I let them talk because they talk enough, right? And he was talking about Mando. He's like, I just want to say, man, I think the best scene I think I've ever seen in a Star Wars movie. And he started to describe the Bill Burr scene at the compound when he's like got PTSD with that commander and shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is so intense. And I'm like, this is not something this guy would normally say. Like, so for a general audience person to feel that way, as opposed to his heart, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good scene.
I didn't like his character in season 1, but the second episode that he was in, I was like, "You're all right."
Yeah.
This Bill Burr's got some chops. Maybe he'll go somewheres with the Star Wars.
I didn't know who he was until I saw that show.
I like his podcast. I like his podcast a lot. I just don't like it when it starts talking about sports. Then I'm like,
Yeah, I used to tell people he was the kid from Christmas Story. Right? They would believe me. Even though I know, but I used to tell them. Yeah, he was a kid from Christmas Story. Oh yeah.
The asshole kid?
Yeah, the asshole kid. Ferguson.
You know that he was on Freddy vs. Jason, right?
Yeah.
Did you know that?
No, I only saw the movie once in theaters and promptly forgot about it.
Oh.
But yes.
Well, he was the brother that committed suicide.
Okay. Oh shit.
And the one that was naked.
We should start the rumor that Bill Burr is the other Ron Howard brother.
Clint?
Yeah.
The one
he's not Clint.
With,
he's the other
with
one.
decent teeth.
Yeah,
right?
he's the other one. Baymax says, I was thinking Eclipse class Star Destroyer too, because of the big curved underside fin part. If that's what it is, as Mando's N1 flies past, it's after blowing something topside, but too small in my own opinion. So
we're getting right to the West End games. James is going to show up here in a minute.
Yeah, where is
Let
James?
us know about proper nomenclature for the Star Wars Eclipse variations.
Yeah.
All right.
Sam says, I wonder what Dooku would have been doing if Maul was still at Palpatine's side. Dooku
Three-way.
probably getting in a wheelchair, about 90 years old at that point.
Dooku throws down. It's a three-way. He wears a cape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool in Battlefront. The alternate skin was Dooku in his pajamas. He had these like silk pajamas. It's pretty rad.
For real?
Yeah.
That's
It was from a Clone Wars episode where
I remember that.
But it was pretty fun.
It's like
you should have little battle droid slippers.
Little battle droids.
Yeah, the battle droids, they fit slippers. Gotta tell you, ever since I had them Odie slippers in the 80s, like I love theme slippers.
Yeah.
They got me early.
I never liked that they had those like sweatband ankle things like around the like where your ankles go though, that would like grab on, remember those kind?
I just ripped them out or cut them out.
Yeah, I hated those.
Yeah.
Sam the Sham says, like some second order henchman to Palpatine, or would Palp have had Dooku and Maul battle it out? I think the latter. Yeah, I don't really think Palpatine would have wanted to let both of those dudes live. But I have a question for you guys that I think they may have answered in a subtle way, but I think maybe is under-answered. If you're Darth Maul and you know some Sith shit, right? You know kind of the foundations, you've gone to Sith 101 at this point. And the only thing really standing in your way is that, you've been fired as a Sith. You're not a Sith anymore. And you figure out he's going for Anakin. He doesn't want you. He won't let you be the crime lord or the ruler of Mandalore. He kills your brother and takes you out of the position, puts you in a prison that you break out of. Why not just go right to the Jedi and turn Chancellor Palpatine in as being Darth Sidious and saying, investigate, go get him, investigate it and find it. And then they would kill him. And then you would be the Sith Lord.
How little you pay attention to proper Lucas history. As you know, Count Dooku is just a surrogate for Kurtz.
I thought you said his name was Dooku, George.
Yeah, no, it's just Dookie. So he's Kurtz.
Darth Dookie.
And he wouldn't accept being fired. He just kept doing it. Yeah. Yeah, Maul, whatever. Same difference. They Sith, they just you fire them and they just show back up to work.
Can you imagine Count Dooku with that pussy-eating Amish beard?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, but as for Maul, I only brought him back to sell a couple more toys. All right. Yeah, that right there.
It's a racing car.
By the way,
that was Dooku on his little scooter.
Yeah, I just named my other kid Playmates. Peace.
Playmates. All right. Blake says, I don't know, man. I love Maul being a sort of musing character. I liked watching him realize how insignificant he became after he was cut in half by Kenobi. Yeah, I do like elements of it, like when he's dying in Kenobi's arms, when he's finally dying, and they kind of put him in that Qui-Gon position in an interesting way, which I kind of like the juxtaposition of the whole thing. But he realizes that he's been played as a big fool the whole time by Satan, a snake.
And Kenobi's like, I love you.
Yeah, Kenobi's like,
I really love you.
Kenobi's like, hey, can I do whatever I want with your body after you're dead? they cut that though, but they put it back in that Kenobi edit. So if you watch it, you'll see it.
He's like, eventually it'll go.
The whole basis for the opening of Better Call Saul, by the way. The first time he's in court. I highly recommend if you haven't seen it, Jason.
Okay.
You're missing out on some fun. And I'm certain Giorgio meant to say Darth Maul, but once you bring up a guy in a cape, it's hard to forget.
Vitor says everything in the Disney Plus series post Return of the Jedi probably is culminating in something like Heir to the Empire. I do think, I don't know if they're necessarily going like Heir to the Empire. I'm not sure. But I do think that you're right, that they are trying to make kind of a crescendo of the era. Then that will lead to something else. And I'm hoping that era? That post Return of the Jedi of the Hera, the era.
Yeah.
The era of the Hera.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I do think like they might want to have like an event that comes like sort of like draws the line in the sand between the Empire and the First Order. And and they have said that they're gonna take us in that direction. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happens. When do you think we'll get
big scoop, Jason?
What's that?
Big scoop, since you brought it up. Mando season 4 for Love and Hera. So you know.
Love and Hera.
Yeah. Thanks, Felonious. Appreciate it.
Yeah, they always have these problems with Felonious where they're like, yeah, we're putting Hera in it, and he's like, I like it shaved. No, Hera, the character. Yeah, shave it. Johannes says, when do you think we'll get the next Andor trailer? And so it comes out on August 31st.
Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I have my sources.
So I'm going to say in 2 weeks.
Mohawk says tomorrow.
Mohawk says tomorrow.
It's Mohawk's is as legitimate as Mike Zero, so why not? What?
Get out of here.
Okay.
Bye.
Right.
Well, I'm stuck working. I can't. Nice try, Max. Nice.
No, you can just turn off your computer.
Oh,
Rob, have you ever been to Silverwood in North Idaho? I never have, but I was curious if you had. I'm with you. I'm going any type theme park. It'll be Disney. See, here's the thing, Blake.
No, I haven't.
When you live in Southern California, your parents take you to Knott's Berry Farm because they don't want to pay for Disney. So that's why you go to Knott's Berry Farm. 95% of the time.
I forgot. I actually did go to Knott's Berry Farm one time before 1991.
Yeah?
But it was such a weird... Yeah, I think it was in 88. My uncle, we went... Yeah, we did. We went. Because they had the... they had the dinosaur ride. That dinosaur ride.
Kingdom of the Dinosaurs was the ride. Yeah.
That's why we went.
You took your girlfriend on the finger blaster. It was the only place you could finger blast anybody in the whole park. That was the ride. That's why everybody went on it. And then that's why they ended up like getting rid of it.
But there was, I didn't even go on the log ride or nothing. It wasn't worth remembering, Pop back in my head.
Oh, the log ride's like the only good ride they have there. There's this fun thing you can do if you put your hands above your head, like about, I can't really, if you go about
like this, Tune in Tokyo.
No, if you put your hand up, there's these like red lights, and when you cross the sensor, it goes sit down. But if you do this and you just keep doing this, it'll go sit down, and you can fucking break it, and it's really fun to break it. It just starts going crazy.
And what is this?
On the log ride at Knott's Berry Farm.
Oh, I've never been.
Yeah.
You're not missing anything except the funnel cake.
It's all right.
We went back for a Scary Farm, my cousin and my niece, right before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And I never laughed so much my entire life. When people try to scare me, I have this thing where I just laugh. I can't stop laughing. I legitimately find it hilarious.
You're the laugher.
And it's an involuntary. It's such a good time. I was crying all day. Couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah. You know what? I'm that way whenever I watch horror films. Horror films, if they are really engaging in that, I just laugh a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cadence, Mr. Johnny says, Rob, you're not a narcissist. Johnny would know.
Okay.
Ooh, burn.
No. Just keep saying it over and over again, Rob. You'll believe it.
Baymax does one thing on the Eclipse class Star Destroyers. I Wikipedia'd it last night, and their timeline for appearing is 6 years after Return of the Jedi. Perfect timing for the Mando timeline. Okay. There you go. There we go. Also, it's a video game that's probably never going to come out, and a gum. Clips. EJ, how's it going? My tum-tum hurts a little. Oh, no,
we're
EJ.
still talking about Eclipse?
Well, he was talking about the Eclipse class Star Destroyer.
Oh, I know. I was confused when you told the video game. I was like, wait, are we still doing that?
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
It's been really quiet, hasn't it, though?
Yeah.
I had food poisoning on Saturday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was not fun.
Did you did it come out both ends at the same time?
No.
Quitter.
No, I'm glad I didn't throw up. I felt like I was going to, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Food poisoning is the worst. One time I got food poisoning so bad I had to go to the hospital. I passed out.
Oh.
And then I like woke up, like I passed out, came back up with this like weird like rush of like endorphins or something. And I was like high. I was like laughing. I felt fucking great. My girlfriend at the time and my mom were like freaked out, you know, because I just fucking clonked over, you know. Then I ended up in the hospital. I had the fucking hottest nurse, a nurse Terry, and she's like, shit in this cup. And I'm like,
are you serious?
yeah. I'm like, no.
For you, anything.
I'm like 20, you know. I'm like, no. I'm stupid enough to think I have a chance with you. I'm not going to shit in this cup and give it to you. If that nurse will come, I'll just do it right there and give it to her. I don't care.
Oh my
But,
gosh.
yeah. So, but yeah, because in Kansas they just have flies everywhere. I was visiting Kansas and I went to a Pizza Hut and they had an all you can eat Pizza Hut buffet with flies all over it.
Oh,
And I'm
lovely.
like, yeah,
it's the manure. It's the farm communities.
Yeah. Pretty gross. But yeah, anyways, dying at the idea of Bill Burr in A Christmas Story. Yeah.
If you tell people that, they'll believe it. Just letting you know.
Just do it. Just tell them. They can't stop you. But all right. Dooku in Portuguese sounds literally from ass. So here in Brazil, they changed it to Ducan. What does Ducan sound like though? Like from ass with honor or something?
Sounds like the Fruit Loops toucan.
Yeah.
I gotta go get that card. I gotta go listen to that commercial so I can bring Count Ducan up, and I'm gonna do it'll be that toucan, but with the Dooku.
Hey, did y'all see, have y'all gotten the Obi-Wan Kenobi Frosted Flakes yet? Are they in your stores?
We don't have them here. We don't have them here yet. Have you had them? Have you had a bowl?
No, it's supposed to come out this month.
Did it give you food?
I will let you know if I find them. No.
I know.
I'd never had food poisoning, but well, that was the second time, but it was an ugly feeling. I did wake up like I felt like I was gonna throw up and I just kept burping.
Ew.
Like I was going to throw up.
That sounds
sounds fun. That's gross.
Yeah.
No, I've never had food poisoning.
Good. You don't want it.
I don't eat bullshit.
I don't eat bullshit.
I don't think.
Race to Taco Bell.
How dare you?
Hey,
I will say this.
One day I'll lose a bet with Chris, who never owned up to his bet, by the way. Losing.
Yeah, where is he?
Yeah, I would have. What's his excuse? So doesn't want to ruin that physique of his. Like,
well, to be fair, I have probably eaten, a good couple of barrels worth of Taco Bell ground beef throughout my life. Never got food poisoning once because the preservatives, they are so
there. Strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Barricades any bacteria, viruses.
But if you don't test for it, how do you know? How do you know?
Because he felt fine.
You got me there, Max.
Ben says, talking about food poisoning and throwing up while I'm sitting here eating lunch. Excellent show. All right. I won't eat Taco Hell before a job. Yeah, I always find that weird too. Taco Bell never upsets my stomach. I think it's because I eat actual hot food in Southern California, so Taco Bell is just like candy.
I never got sick from eating Taco Bell.
Yeah. Sometimes people say though it does that to them, but
the cancer takes 30 years, Max. Yeah, give it a sec.
Hi, Don Clatterman.
Oh, Don Clatterman.
Is she new?
Coming into town. Don has been here before.
Oh.
I don't know why I'm Johnny Cash. King Chris says Taco Bell has good flavor for grade D beef.
Mm-hmm. D for I'm not gonna say it.
That's
one
of my pickup lines. I'm like, hey, you want some grade D beef in
you?
So I'm fast like Taco Bell. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, slow news day, guys. What do you want? But anyways,
let's talk about the trailer. over and over again. And then when the real trailer comes out, then we could talk about it again.
we would have been fine. We would have still been going if we were just talking about who had higher power levels. Just saying.
Yeah, that's a sure way to get me to go, what the fuck are we doing with our lives?
I didn't know that Grogu spoke until I saw, I think, one of your shows that I wasn't on.
Yeah, he goes, bitch.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
No? He says, yep, right? She's all, did you?
Yep.
In the other trailer, she's like,
Yep.
yeah, did you make this up your own free will? And he's all, yep. Yeah, little weirdo. Little fucking punk.
I love him.
All right. Blake says, Rob, you've never had food poisoning? I had it once and fainted at like 3 a.m. Most terrifying thing ever. And then,
Never had it.
Yeah.
That you know of, Rob. You just said that to us. You've had diarrhea before.
No original material. Isn't there a diarrhea song we can invoke when someone mentions diarrhea? What's that diarrhea song? Here.
Diarrhea, cha cha cha.
When you're sliding, no, it's when you're sliding in the first and you feel something burst, diarrhea.
Cha cha cha.
Diarrhea. Yeah.
Yeah. See?
There's like a bunch of lines to it, and it changes. It's a folk song.
I knew someone here would remember.
And diarrhea, cha 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 is also honorable mention.
Beavis and Butthead, right?
Cha cha.
So KG says, I hardly saw any adverts for Kenobi, yet Stranger Things was all over everything. You know what's weird is I feel like I saw a lot for Kenobi on YouTube because I got ads on my YouTube. And whenever I would like turn on my Roku or my Shield TV, like the little ad it was on my Roku, the ad that would pop up would be for Kenobi there. That's primarily where I was seeing it. But yeah, Stranger Things, they advertise that like everywhere. It's because I think like I don't even know. I'm not sure like how Stranger Things works. I just think that Stranger Things is like almost the flagship show of Netflix. So it's like, at the end of the day, it's just, if you get people to watch that, you get people onto Netflix, and so it's synonymous for them, is my guess.
Yeah, they got me with Daredevil.
Not.
Stuck around for Stranger Things. So.
I don't remember.
Yeah, there's season 4's out now.
Yeah, I haven't seen
Volume 1 and Volume 2.
Fantastic.
It's a pretty good time, Max. Yeah, it's definitely worth watching, I'd say.
I'll maybe wait. Oh wait.
Yeah.
I'm not like Stranger Things. I will watch it eventually, I'm sure. When it comes out on DVD.
Last night I was talking to Bespin, and like I come across what's the girl's name? What's the gay girl? What's her name in the show? The one who has like the crush on Molly Ringwald in the last in season 4. Anyways, I'm like going along YouTube, and like her band is on there. And she has like a band, and I go to watch it, and it was like kind of a well-produced video, I guess you could say. Yeah, Uma Thurman's daughter, but she's those like shitty Yeti podcast mics that she's like singing, using that to sing with her band, and I was just like, what the fuck, Robin? Thank you, KG. Yeah, and I'm like watching it, and I'm like, why are you using a Yeti mic? And then I like, for some reason, told Bespin, and he's just like all like super nice. So he's like, maybe the real mic broke and they just had to like use what they had. But I'm just like, I don't know, man. If my mom is Uma Thurman, I think I'm getting shit fucking called in. I'm like getting on the app, and I'm like, all right, Postmates, bring me a fucking Shure, or something. Thought that was weird.
Maybe because they have money, their thing is they don't have to. They're like, I'm gonna spend it.
We have it, so we don't use it.
Yeah, that's. I'm being serious. I
have an idea about that. How about you have it, so you don't use it, so you give it to Jason. So that way it shows how much
the rich are never giving things away, Jason. Do you not understand this? That's why they turned their backs on Bill Gates. And then they conjured up all those conspiracy theories because he gave away stuff to other countries, and then they're like, they can't have that. So now they love capitalism until it's Bill Gates. Like, that's what I love about conservatives, Capitalism. Bill Gates. No! What? Capitalist. You're using his shit right now. If you're on a PC, you're using his shit right now. Fucking losers. Sorry.
I'm trying to remember.
Not sorry.
What the link is. I'm gonna see if I can pull up the link, and I'll put it in the chat for you. Sucked if I can get it right now. I remember because I had it a few days ago, and then somebody else sent it to me. I was like, "Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've
Can't you
seen
just
it."
Google it?
I don't know.
Sure, it'll come up.
You could, but you know what? He's too internet rich to do that.
Internet rich guy.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Well,
yeah,
you do have a podcast and a website, so right?
Weird.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I got it. I think I might have found it. Maybe. If I did find it, I'll put it in the chat for everyone. Oh no, it's an article on it. Wait, is this it right here? I think this might be it. Yep, I found it. Okay. All right, hold on. I'm gonna send it over to my computer, and then I'll put it in the chat for you. Sucked because, why not? I'm a helpful guy. Let's do this live on a show. Why not? Right? It's our show. We can do whatever we want.
We do what we want.
There you go. There you go. Right there. You could download the video, or you could watch it in the thing. I think it's about 11 gigs if you download it. I want to say between 9 and 11 gigs.
I'm surprised Lucasfilm hasn't done anything yet.
Yeah, me too. I think it falls into
They're too busy fighting the Civil War.
Huh?
Sorry. They're too busy fighting the Civil War. The Lucasfilm Civil War. They're busy, Max.
I think Lucasfilm knows when one of these things connects. If it doesn't connect, just leave it alone. It's irrelevant. Doesn't matter. When one does connect, if they take it down, then all of a sudden it becomes like too hot for TV. You know what I mean? And everybody's like, I gotta get that.
Or maybe they're thinking, this is good publicity for the show.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, that.
It's not though.
Yeah.
Blurry,
incomplete, cut, weird audio.
It's not
something that's gonna get. It's not gonna get people to go signing up for that. Like it's not. It's gonna go. Just keep ruining the Star Wars and the shitty effects.
I think they probably also rationalize it that the vast majority of the people who would watch the fan edit watch the real show, which means they have a subscription to Disney Plus. But at the same time, I do think they would have it destroyed from the face of the internet if they could. But yeah, I don't think it would be in their best interest though. We'll see what happens though. Disney might just do it, somebody at Disney just outside of the whole thing might go, oh, copyrighted material and go for it. Two Girls, One Cup fan says, is Mando season 4 is where we see the early versions of the First Order or no? It does seem like it's going that way. Like, it seemed like we were going to.
Jason.
Yeah, what's that, George?
I just wanted to. I'm getting an argument over here at the ranch. I ran out of toy companies, but my second favorite thing about Star Wars is the models kit, and I wanted to name my kid Testes, and she won't let me. She won't let me do it. Yeah. What do we?
Testes.
What we got to do here? Yeah. What are we gonna do here with this one, Jason? Huh?
But did you end up naming her Erdl how you wanted to?
Huh? Oh shit, Erdl. Oh, hold on, I'll be back.
Yeah, Erdl. Remember Erdl?
Yeah, I do. They had the Snap models. The only one my dad would let me use was the Snap-on ones.
Yeah.
He was scared to death I was gonna glue my hand to something.
Yeah, it was really that he didn't want to buy you glue. that was my dad. He just didn't want to buy you glue.
Yeah, well. Honestly, my dad was a cheapskate.
Yeah. You know what's kind of weird? I just had this weird memory of going into downtown Bellflower. There's this like down on Bellflower Boulevard, just like this like downtown area, like an old like 1950s kind of styles, like I don't know, shops and stuff. And there was like a hobby store there, and I went in there to look for Star Wars models, and I ended up getting the snow speeder. And but for some reason they had this like stack of Empire Strikes Back coloring books. and I had enough to get the model, and I almost had enough to get the coloring book. And then the lady's like, well, how much do you have? And I don't know, like a $10 bill or something. And then she's like, okay, I'll take this. She's all that. And then she like gives me the whole stack of Empire Strikes Back coloring books.
Oh, wow.
Because I think they had probably been there since the Empire. Like these weren't like, these were original vintage. This is like 1990. So they're probably there for like 10 years. Just like, just get these fucking out of here.
I have a coloring book story too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my dad bought me a Empire Strikes Back coloring book. And he decided to color Han Solo with purple hair, and he gave him a mustache and a green jacket. I was so pissed off. I was like, "That's not the way he looks, Dad."
That's Cassian.
He was
Andor.
laughing. He was laughing. That's
I have a coloring book story that's true.
What's that?
My favorite coloring book in
false.
Kindergarten and the first. I know.
My
favorite was my favorite coloring book was the Heckle and Jekyll coloring book I had. Like
the
those two crows.
Yeah.
And then when my parents got divorced and I moved into the inner city and actually had a African American elementary school teacher, she let me know how racist those fucking cartoons really were. Because I brought my Heckle and Jekyll fucking coloring book to class, and she was like, "Oh, that's some racist shit."
Really?
Like, what's a racist? Yeah. I didn't know anything about. Yeah. Because they're like Sambo like caricatures, those two.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that as an adult, so.
Yeah.
But hey, that's why I endorsed the log ride at Knott's Berry Farm and not Splash Mountain.
I was like, damn it. She was cool with my Care Bears coloring book, so I was cool with that. The other boys in class weren't.
You had Care Bears coloring book?
The only thing my mom would buy me was girly shit. So
really,
yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I was like, well, I like the colors, but my boyfriends, my male friends, right, were not appreciative in the 80s. That's why I get real, like, it triggers me a little bit when I hear fucking conservative assholes talk about how, like, they hate the new She-Ra cartoon. The old one is the fucking real She-Ra to them. And I'm like, you motherfuckers did not like She-Ra. Because I was the motherfucker with the She-Ra toys in the She-Ra coloring book getting the shit kicked out of me for it, like nobody, one other person, it was a girl like that shit. That's it. It wasn't even popular with the girls. Like
I had a Care Bears coloring book, and I really liked the Care Bears movie a lot. It's a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
And but my dad would never get me the a Care Bear. He was like, "You have Ewoks." I think that was his weird way of saying that's for girls.
Yeah.
Something,
Yeah. He drew the line.
I love strawberry shortcake too.
Yeah. Food.
I love to smell.
Food,
No. Oh yeah, white would smell the hairs. Like
I told you that my I'm still disgusted by that. I liked it as a kid that the strawberry shortcake toys smelled like strawberries. But around that time, glowworms were a big deal, and these kids, they would get, I couldn't have a glowworm either, but these kids, they'd piss all over their glowworms in their beds, and then the glowworms would smell like piss. And one time I picked up a strawberry shortcake, and it had been next to the glowworm that smelled like piss, and it smelled like piss, and I started gagging because I as a kid, I was a kid.
Kids are cops now. You know what I mean? They are. Statistically speaking, Jason.
Yeah. I was the kind of kid where if you went like, "Look, Jason, dog shit," I would start dry heaving. I was that kid.
But yet he talks about cannibalism and.
Cannibalism's fine. That's fine. But shit, you mentioned shit. Oh, I'm gonna get sick.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised you didn't gag on. The text.
So if I said dog shit with all the fixins, right?
Oh my god,
all the fixins.
See,
I don't know if I would.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would cringe over the dog shit or the fixins part.
Fixins,
right? I don't forget
fixins.
Yeah.
Well, it's coming up.
King Chris's favorite coloring book as a kid was a Thundercats one.
Yeah, Thundercats was the fucking thing that was in when I was watching She-Ra. I didn't get home in time to watch Thundercats, but She-Ra was always on. So, plus, it's He-Man adjacent, right? But 1987, man, they weren't feeling the fucking She-Ra.
Yeah, I watched She-Ra. I liked it a lot. I thought it was
I
pretty
didn't watch
good.
that.
Yeah, I mean, I also remember liking like the really shitty toys, like when like He-Man introduced like the Rock Men. Remember the Rock people?
Yeah. Well, I thought that was the Rock Lords or the GoBots. Wasn't it the
No,
GoBots movie?
it was actually like there was like rock like boulder people too. I want to say maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
Yeah,
I'm
no,
misremembering.
you're right because like rock, they tried to make rocks a thing again.
Yeah.
Like the mid-ish 80s, and then I was like, fucking rocks are stupid.
Yeah.
Playing with the fucking rock. I got rocks right outside. I don't need. Why am I paying money for a rock when I can get rocks anywhere?
Yeah, it was super weird because it was like overnight. It was like Transformers and He-Man were like fucking everywhere. I wasn't done with it. I was still all about it, and then it was just fucking gone. Like it was like pff, boom, we're done. We're done with Mask. We're done with He-Man. We're like a
I'll
whole.
tell you, Toys R Us. It's the stores now. I mean, once they started working with retail outlets, they would control. That was a time when they would control what would be in their stores. So they were like, the buyers would be like, we already saw this. We had this for a while, so it's old. I toward the beginning of my career, the last vestiges of that guard were still running t-shirt companies, so I'd hang out with them, and they would tell me about when I ran Montgomery Wards, we had this blah 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 blah, and they were in charge of everything. I made sure we only had this fucking bullshit. And I was like, so you're the one that got rid of all the cool fucking toys for no reason? Yeah. Why would you ever get rid of Mask? That shit was still fucking cool in 87, 88. Every kid had those fucking toys. You know, like they still thought they were. Why did you get rid of it and replace it with the New Adventures of He-Man or some fucking book?
Oh, later on,
you know, I hated it. Yeah.
Is Mask the Jim Carrey one?
No. Mask was like vehicles that also turned into other cool shit. Like a car could turn into
like a red car and it'd fly. Yeah. And then they had like a little robot that was like R2D2, but you could ride him like he was a moped.
If you like Transformers and you like G.I. Joe, Mask was like your gateway to both. You know,
boys stuff for me.
Yeah.
Speaking of robots, do y'all have Coco? The little delivery robot.
That little lady named Coco who brings stuff.
The one with the cup.
No, it's a little delivery robot looking thing that crosses the street and on the sidewalk it delivers food to people.
That's rich kid shit, Max.
Like, no, I'm serious. We have it. It's so cute.
I'm being serious. Now you got it? Like
yeah, it's in the district that we're in.
Max is in Texas. Is this slavery?
I'm in Idaho. You can't get an abortion here, Max. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
hey, look. Oh God.
No. Okay. No. We'll roll it back. This is like a new thing.
Yes, it's a delivery service, and it's someone's controlling it from somewhere. But it's cute. Like if you're driving around and you see, and it reminds me of R2D2, and it's literally like crossing the street. It looks so cute, and then onto the sidewalk. It's going to someone's house to deliver food.
You found me out. You found out what I've been doing. I said I was going to make experimental films, and I've just been writing Coco. Sorry. Yeah, that's me. I got nothing else to do.
I know, obviously.
And they won't let me direct Star Wars. Yeah, Marvel laughed me right out the building. And I'm running out of toy companies to name kids after, so this is all I do now.
Oh,
yeah, pretty cool though. Pretty cool.
It is. I'll send a picture when
I wonder if what I want you to get a video for me of somebody talking about how Mexicans are taking their jobs while they use that service.
Oh, I can do that.
Oh,
yeah.
God,
I'll be right back.
Fucked up.
Fucking robots. Yeah, but I mean, no, but that's like the whole thing is you hear those people always saying that shit like while they're ordering from Amazon and stuff. And it's just like, oh, you guys are doing this all wrong, you know? And sure, it's cute, but that's also pretty frightening in a weird way. Like you know,
it's really unfair though, Jason, because it's not the Mexicans, it's Modestans that are doing it.
Modestans. Modestans.
How is that scary?
Because when you have like those were jobs that humans could have, and when you start to move it out of human hands to such an extent.
But there is a human that's controlling that.
Yeah, but
I understand what you're George.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
I've had this conversation with passengers. Like, I mean, there's self-driving cars that are starting to come out, and
I trust that more. Like that. I love you, Max, but I trust that more than a human.
Why?
I've had some. I had some really fucking terrible shit. Uber and Lyft drivers. I try to use Lyft because Uber's the shittier company.
I'm with you, Jason, except not the way it's currently set up. The only way it works is if every fucking person had to use the automated vehicles, then they'd work.
Yeah.
But so long as there's still humans and automated vehicles, then it's not gonna work. You know, they're gonna do random. Plus, some of them will just drive you into a lake to murder you. I figure the way conservatives complain about, hey man, life is short. Well, sometimes your car is gonna drive you into the ocean. You know, life is short. Oh well.
It just occurred to me that if we do get fully automated cars, they will sell it to us by telling us we can be on our phones while we're in our cars, and then we'll take the bait. But that's going to redefine what carjacking means.
Well, the whole reason these guys bought into the cars early with Teslas was because the idea that you could sleep on your way to work. You know,
well,
guys were
it would
getting
be
car
cool
accidents while they were sleeping.
Well, then put tracks all over the freeways and the roads, and just
reliable public transportation that's not designed to fail and cripple society is really the real answer. But whatever.
Yeah, I don't think people want to be like bothered. I can't believe I'm gonna get spat in the face.
I can't get Americans to wear a fucking mask, Jason. What do you think? Like,
what?
I can't get them to wear a mask. So what do you think? Yeah. They're gonna use.
All they had to do was put porn on the inside of the mask.
Yeah. Well, it says, they say, you're not going to control my body by demanding that I put on a mask, but I can control you otherwise, right?
Yeah. Look, it's the party of accountability, Max. We could do this all day.
Put on a condom, bitch. Right?
Yeah. Although, if they got hot robots from Westworld to deliver Amazon packages, that would be pretty sweet.
Who do you think has a higher ejaculation power, like Newt Gingrich or Newt Gunray?
Newt Gunray. He's
he's laying more babies.
I think when Newt Gingrich comes, just a little bit of piece of poop comes out. His butt.
Like Micro Machine size?
Little pellet, like a little rabbit pellet.
Yeah.
The guy who plays Newt Gunray is good. Is cute.
Oh, the actor?
The actor.
Yeah.
He also does Keanu Lundy, right? Or whatever his name is.
Yeah, I think that's right.
He's got a thing for weird shaped heads.
Who? The actor?
The actor. Yeah. Yes, Max. The actor.
All right, guys. We are going to call it a show. We're gonna end it here.
We had enough. We had enough.
We had enough. We had enough. I need to eat lunch. I'm feeling lightheaded because I haven't eaten enough.
No, that's when the show's really working, Jason. That's when you go for another 3 hours.
I just kind of like faded in, and I was talking about Care Bears. I faded out. I was talking about models, and I faded back in, and Newt Gingrich was fucking taking a little rabbit shit. So
most people do 2 hour plus shows for the super chats. We just do this because we got nothing else
why not?
To do. We got nowhere else to go.
You know what? Everybody,
get the fuck out of my house.
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see everybody tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with us, and thank you for coming hanging out with us, Max. Hopefully, come back tomorrow if you're not busy. If you are busy, whatever.
Or no.
Be stuck up. Be stuck up.
Okay.
Think you're better than us?
Yeah, I do. Narcissist Rob says yes.
Only come for the important shows?
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, the GoBot show I'm about to start up with Johnny. And he goes, what the fuck's a GoBot?
Well, sit down and let me tell you the story of GoBots. It's you and Johnny's version of Larry.
Yeah.
It's too big a story. But go watch Star Wars Larry if you guys haven't. All right, we'll see everybody tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Bye, Max. Bye, Rob.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go. Hey!
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go. Hey!
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go. Hey!
You know you should go.
Come on, let's go.
It's not about spaceships.